Welcome back. We're coming in hot with the latest in entertainment news. It's an update in Mzansi and, of course, on the world. We are diving deep into the glitz, the drama and the biggest headlines shaking up the industry. And joining us this morning, none other than a very esteemed panel, television royalty, globe-trotting award-winning travel host, Zahira Marty, and then Maps as well.
He's still here.
Glorified baggage handler, really.
Thank you for
love
being
you guys.
here.
Thanks for staying.
Let's get into entertainment news. We're going to start off locally. I'm going to update you on all things you need to know. Okay. Starting out with Lawrence Maleka. We absolutely love seeing him on our screens as a presenter, as an actor, and recently he rubbed shoulders with some of the big guns in the industry. So, of course, we know he's SAFTA awarded, so he in and of himself is already a big gun. But he got to rub shoulders with Tom Cruise, baby. Unreal. The two of them shared a really great conversation, a couple of pictures as well, all in light of what we're going to say is already a blockbuster, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. And he said because it is the final chapter, he had to, of course, meet the man in person. How else do you do it? Isn't that cool?
That's quite a flex, isn't it?
It's one way to go out, yeah.
Tom transcends, right? He's like the biggest movie star.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I wouldn't say big. I was going to say
big.
big.
We're going for, but
yeah.
Stop being shady. That's being shady right now.
He's absolutely massive. And
he's number one.
What he's created
He's
with
epic.
that. What do you call it? Franchise.
Yes.
Mission Impossible franchise is absolutely unbelievable.
Have you seen all of them or any of them?
I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen probably 4 of them.
Probably a few times.
And all I ever think about in any movie I see Tom Cruise, I think there's a compilation as well where he's just constantly running. Like in every movie, he's just running. He's just running
and the broken bones that happen in between.
Yes.
But I think it dawned on us coming out of COVID that he might have been, and with Top Gun Maverick and what he did there, he saved Hollywood.
Absolutely.
He saved the big blockbuster and made it justifiable to spend $300 million on a film.
Right.
While you've got streaming platforms kind of doing what they're doing.
And you make such a good point there because post-COVID, I think that was the first movie that everyone really went out to go.
Might have been the only movie.
Because movies are pricey, but listen, for Mission Impossible, we'll definitely drop those randellas. And also, he does his own stunts, so I just feel like
that's incredible.
Yeah,
that's and at his age as well.
It's impressive. Sorry, Zara. I mean,
limitless.
It's impressive. You speak about the randellas, but it's also quite wonderful to remark, especially about our conversation about how the last one was so predominantly shot in South Africa as well.
Right.
And on the continent. So, really celebrating that.
I love
celebrating our exchange rate.
Yeah. Could be strengthened just a little bit, but we'll save it for another day. Okay, Zikhona Sudlake. We have to celebrate for absolutely killing it in the entertainment industry. South African actress and cultural powerhouse. Actually celebrating 20 years, 2 decades in the space. And I think, looking like she just started yesterday as well. Looking incredible, and she's also touring major cities like Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, also just uplifting the next generation. And I almost feel like, we respect her for all the work she does, but do you think there's a responsibility as somebody that has had 2 decades to then pass that on to somebody else in terms of knowledge, in terms of wisdom?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It goes without saying. Especially someone like Zikhona Sudlake. She's one of the most brilliant actresses that we've produced in this country and on this continent, and been lucky to have worked with her, and her consumer professional approach to everything is something really worth remarking upon, and she can pass on so many gems. A lot like Zahira here, being 20 years in the industry, I think this year as well.
I know, I was like, did you notice how I became very quiet as soon as that conversation started? So why is this even a story? I don't understand.
Yeah, almost,
Oh my goodness.
And she does one of the greatest jobs of passing that on to
But
many
is
as
this
well.
not what we mean by opening the door? There is this notion that there are gatekeepers and that we are trying to keep people out. But we all work collaboratively. We understand that we are because of each other. This is how you do it. You teach, and then the doors will open, or you kick the doors down yourself once you know.
I think everything in this industry only can grow from passing on skills and transferring skills and collaboration. We've been in this space a long time. that's how we work together. We've, started off on a project 12 years ago, and here we are doing more and travel shows, and it's just about collaboration, and it's just
Incredible.
about how you can support each other.
Oh, I love that. Graham, you also need to pass down your...
Listen,
We would listen.
but it worked the other way around. I hadn't done a modeling gig for years, and I rocked up for it. It was quite a big brand shoot, and it was around 2010.
Yeah.
And there's this young man just looking so comfortable in every outfit and every action. He gave me the advice to get back into the modeling game, but I remember you saying what you wanted to do with this. So I'm glad my advice worked.
Absolutely. Thank you. I wouldn't have been here. That's why I always get so happy to be here. And,
Just gaining some more.
Even back then, I saw this guy with all these greys. I was like, that's my guy. He's got the advice.
You must know if anyone here knows.
Anybody else? Oh man, our silver fox, I love it. All right, Lady Zamar, we love celebrating this incredible bright star, and she's actually returned with some new music. It is called a Russian Roulette, and the cover art looks just as spicy and as great as you can imagine. Released on the 16th of May, which was 4 days ago.
Right
Fresh off the press. And this one is all marking the beginning of her summer era, her upcoming album. So I'm so excited to just hear more music by Lady Zamar. We always pump her music on radio, and it's so great to see her return.
Can we not take a leaf out of a book and just declare an era for ourselves?
I think we should.
Hey?
Which era
Yeah.
are you guys in right now?
Travel?
I mean, I was going to say definitely the
Exploration.
travel era, but also
Exploration.
travel on the
Adventure.
continent more than ever era.
Era.
Yeah.
Right?
African era.
African era,
exploration
yeah.
era.
And she
love it.
is an African gem at that as well. And Lady Zamar, we're proud of you. We can't wait to hear more music. You can hear her in studio right there, putting her music together.
Oh, notice how all of us are like, please, sneak peek. Well, it is available for download. And I think we understand on the show how vitally important that element is. If you love your South African artists, if you love your African artists, support them with downloads, because that's how the rest of the world sees them. That's the traction, man. I love that. All the best for the new work, girl.
Yeah, if you can see what happened with Tyler, there's nothing stopping anybody. The digital divide, I mean, between the continents, it doesn't even matter anymore. All right, international entertainment news coming up in just a little bit, but that was our local stars doing the most. We love to see it. We'll be back very soon with more entertainment.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Yes, we're coming back with more entertainment. We have to give you the latest, and we will touch down on the local streets, but also some international news, because we've got international guests in studio. Zahira and Maps will join us as we delve into more details with all things to do with spilling the tea. Let's talk about the Cannes Festival. I keep saying this wrong. I say Cannes Festival.
You can say Canes Con. Can, I think you travel more than I do. Can.
Thank you so much, Mavs. The Cannes Film Festival. We'll talk a little bit about Great and Girl. Now, this one is fantastic. It has achieved remarkable feat by receiving a nomination, and I'm so incredibly proud. It's also been directed by the acclaimed Oscar-nominated director, Daryl Root, and I know you were saying you're very familiar with his work.
I was trying to confirm it, but I think Tsotsi, which was kind of like a coming of age for South African cinema, and
He's
telling
very
a
good.
South African story, which had the
Sure.
grit, had the violence that Hollywood demands.
We're so good at storytelling as
very
South
good. Yeah, we are.
Africans, and
We
I'm
really
not
are.
even surprised that we're out there with other international stars. So congratulations to our African stars. And other standout films did include things like My Father's Shadow, Osameed, I hope I'm saying that right, and also Promised Land. So we're definitely present in the Cannes Festival.
Yeah, the Cannes Film Festival.
Cannes Film Festival. It's really great to just see us just winning in every space, from music to filmmaking.
I think what's beautiful about that is that we've become accustomed to it, and I think the world is getting less and less surprised by it.
Yeah.
This is
and it's
true.
become this regular thing. Like we just Africans.
It's not even
win.
news anymore.
Yeah.
Sarah, maybe you probably tracked this as well, and I was just imagining you preparing for your top billing interview at the Cannes Film Festival. I could just see you going through the motions, like, okay, what do I need to ask the director? But there is something, Australia always seemed to occupy that space within the international film market, and I would be sitting here going like, why are they the ones when
Well,
we've
we
got
asked the
the
same-
stuff?
you and I asked the same question,
you know,
man.
exactly. We've got that vibe, but it kind of feels like something has shifted. When you are abroad and are chatting to South Africans, does it feel like that perception of ourselves has shifted?
I think we definitely own our integral space and authenticity in a lot of different industries. It's no surprise that our creativity and storytelling speak for themselves, but we're less surprised by it, and the rest of the world is also just accustomed to hearing South Africa in rooms and spaces they haven't heard us before, which is phenomenal to hear and see. And you hear our music in places you didn't ever hear it before, in the Middle East, in Australia, in North America, in Canada.
Brazil.
And it's fantastic.
I love it. I just want to say to the South African who preceded me during press junkets in the US, there was always a South African with a clipboard running the show because they know that just
There's a South African everywhere.
with a clipboard.
Running the show everywhere I shoot in the world. There is a South African that saves me somehow.
Oh, I love
I didn't
that.
book a boat trip. I didn't do a transfer. I need a chef at the last minute. There is a South
they're right
African that
there.
always
100%.
appears to rescue.
It calms you down immediately as well, right? It's like, listen, I've got you.
Like, don't worry, when I hear the words make a plan, I'm like, I'm good.
You're already
Mark
there.
up.
good.
Oh, I love that. All right, congratulations are due to one of my favorite people and my co-host on radio, Mr. Chad Simon.
crazy.
He just recently announced, like yesterday, that him and his wife, Savannah, are having twin babies.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So excited. They announced it in like the coolest way, the two of them reading this newspaper in like a Parisian setting, croissants and coffee, and on the newspaper it just basically
I
says
saw that.
they are
That's
Very
fantastic.
cute.
Yeah,
Very cool.
congratulations.
Simon twins coming
that.
spring 2025. Double the trouble, no, but also double the blessing, I guess.
Double the fun.
Double the fun.
Whatever.
And in that family, double the talent as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's a traveling band. That's a team right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
Congratulations, man.
My goodness.
I mean, obviously, you've got a deep connection to the guy now
Yeah.
in a space, but talk about a year for Chad.
My word, the last year has been incredible. He's gotten married, and now he's having kids. There've been comments also from maybe some surprising people like Craig David.
Get out of town.
Yeah, we always say that's his cousin because the two of them now have
Yeah,
a
I can see
connection.
that.
Yeah.
Seeing as they
Definitely.
performed when Craig David was in Cape Town together. Tracy Lang also, other celebrities. There's Craig David's congratulations. So special, man. Tracy, fantastic news. Congrats. Oh, we love Mr. CS,
Amazing.
Mr.
Oh,
Paddles.
man.
And a huge congrats to him
exciting.
once again. Between a doctor and an award-winning musician, like, no pressure to the kids, but all
Nah,
the
I
pressure.
don't care. Those twins will own them. It doesn't matter who you are, how high-functioning, high-achieving you are. Your kids will humble you,
my
and that's why they are there. But that is the best news
Isn't that
ever.
beautiful?
Wow.
Imagine
man.
becoming a dad of 3 overnight. Unreal. All right. Well, let's get into Justin Bieber. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have been keeping up to date with him, but lots of trouble.
Yeah, lots
I
going
would
on.
say.
Yeah.
Lots
Lots
going
going
on.
on.
Speculation between him and his wife, and now with these finances.
Finances,
Is there trouble? Are there legal disputes? Is there a strained relationship with his former manager, who people say is the person that actually found him, Scooter Braun?
First of all, his name's Scooter.
Scooter.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we can't hate on the guy for his name. There's a new docu. It's called What Happened to Justin Bieber, and it basically explored everything to do with his finances, a lot of mismanagement, the cancellation of his 2022 tour that happened called Justice, and how that all kind of contributed to his current struggles.
It's relative, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not that he's run out of money,
Yeah.
but as an artist, are you the one who should be governing the financial? Because this happens so often with
So
some of the
often.
biggest stars, with the Michael Jacksons, with the Billy Joels.
Yeah, T-Pain
Billy Joel
as well.
lost everything because his manager took it and he had to rebuild. This is going to happen. How do you feel about where the Biebs is in his world as a young man? Can you imagine having your world on display like this and documentaries made about your financial woes?
He's never had a chance to be a normal person, child, ever in his life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's the sacrifice of being that ridiculously talented from a young age and then being identified. But then also, we don't know what the other traumas that have come along the way, especially with things we've seen in the news of, certain figures that
Say the
have
name.
been, very
oil.
much Diddy. And, those kinds of experiences of this, he's always been objectified and always been exploited in so many ways. And you've seen him lately really just trying to put his foot down as much as possible. You see lots of paparazzi and everyone coming to him, and he's just like, can you just please stop treating me like I'm a zoo animal, and like really putting his foot down with that. But he's also been through so many of his health issues, as you mentioned as well. I mean, this whole financial thing. I can't believe I'm doing a whole report on.
Yeah,
Just because
you're in there.
No, but
it's true though.
But it's a human thing. It's not about it being just being.
and it might
it's
be
like
just that one thing.
Absolutely.
It might just be that one experience that he was put through that has redefined
It doesn't
everything.
take a
and I
lot.
think we might
Yeah.
need to think about. You guys have given us too much to think about, too much to explore,
On
too
a
much to
Tuesday.
feel grateful for, and I'm feeling it with every ounce of my being. So I love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Thank
spilling the
you.
tea with us. We appreciate
Yeah.
us having a bit of frivolous fun. Listen, despite everything with the Biebs, he does still remain the youngest musician to sell his music catalogue. So still goes down in history for that and many other things. So yeah, Justin Bieber will keep our eyes on everything to do with your career and update you, Expresso fam, on everything. But that is a wrap of your entertainment news locally and internationally. For now, though, let's see more entertainment out in the
Please.
Jersey streets.